This video is going to show you how you can get some information about the X-ray diffraction patterns of crystal structures, and it'll also give you other bits of information about those crystals or those minerals. So first of all, if I Google RSC and crystal structure database, and you get to something called the National Chemical Database Service, click that one and you end up with this box. And this is all bits of software which the RSC have subscription for, and we are subscribed to the RSC. So go to the ICSD and click that one. And let's say, I'll delete what's already there so we start at the beginning. Let's say you wanted to look up cerussite, which is lead carbonate, PbCO3. You'd need to put in the composition, so we go Pb, which is over here. You've got carbon, PbCO. Okay. You need to say the quantity, so PbCO3, there's one Pb, but you have to put it twice. There's one carbon, and there's 3 oxygens. Now, it's useful to say 3 elements, because if you put 3 there, it'll only check minerals which have only got these 3 elements. If you don't put the number of elements, it could check minerals with 6 elements in, which also have Pb, C and O in them. So if you're looking specifically for lead carbonate, PbCO3, then just check the box 3. Say OK. It'll give you this little box, and then you can say run query. And it gives you a whole host of different structures from different references, but they're all for PbCO3. There might be to do with a paper on something else, but the structure that it's on this database is the lead carbonate, PbCO3. So I'm looking down here, and I think I'll select, you don't have to select them all, but let's, I'm going to go for this one first, Canadian Mineralogist 2009. I'm going to select that one, it's relatively recent. And I go show detail view. So it's told me it's PbCO3, it's told me the unit cell, dimensions, the volume. It also says the reference over here. And it's got a CIF file. So if you want to export that CIF file, then you can. Down here it's got visualization. Click that, and one of the things it'll do is it'll give you a picture of the structure based on the CIF file, and it'll also give you a powder diffraction pattern. Now be careful here, because you need to check and change some things on the diffraction pattern. So if I click configure powder diffraction pattern here, you'll notice first of all the type of radiation is neutrons, and actually we've got X-rays, so we need to change that to X-rays. Wavelength, it's copper alpha. So it's copper alpha 1, so it's CUA1, that's the wavelength that we're using. And the parameters, width parameters, that's okay. 2 theta maximum, it goes up to 130, you could change that to 100. And then once you think you've finished, it says redraw display, and there you are, there's your diffraction pattern. And if you wanted to export that, you could go press export as XY data, and that'll come as a CSV file, and I'll drag that in. There's my CSV file with the data there, with 2 theta on the left hand side and intensity on the right. So you could put that into your Excel spreadsheet. I go back onto here. What else is it doing? It's exporting XY data. Export as a table is useful, so let's do that, and you'll see why. Maybe not so useful, I'll take that away. There is one, show as display in window, show as PDF, export as XY data. There's one which I think helps you to identify the Miller indices of the peaks, but I'm not sure. Configure powder pattern calculation display, maybe not. I'll leave that for publish crystal structure data. No, I'm not sure, but you can see that by this way you can get the X-ray diffraction pattern I'll just go back and export that as a table again. Just say, does it give me the HKL? Yes, actually. It's not in a very useful format, but because HKL here, so it's opened it as Notepad. I wonder what would happen. It looks like you need to open this table. It will tell you what the HKL values, Miller indices are, but you need to open it in something else and not in show in folder, open with WordPad. Okay, there we go. So what I did there is if you go to exporters table, so exporters not exporters table, you'll get this box down here. If you then right click it and show it in the folder, then drag your downloads folder, you'll see it there. And if you then right click and open that one, but instead of just opening it, open with, and then let's say WordPad or actually it says WordPad here, but you could just use it in Word, then you will end up with this. And this will let you look at the HKLs, and so you can tell the prominent peaks. So if you look at this table and look at your diffraction pattern, you should be able to say which peaks are, or which refer to which HKL. Take that away. But there's your diffraction pattern, and there's you can visualize it by pressing this button, but it sometimes doesn't work. But you've got some software to visualize it yourself. You just need to export the CIF file, save it, export the CIF file, save it, and then use your own program to open that up.